guys, it's your boy Salman, and you know what time it is. It's time for Gusto News. You know how we do it here. We're delivering hot, trending, just as they hot, we bring and come. A big shout out to you guys, our subscribers. Keep doing what you do. Don't forget to share to another friend, So, we keep sharing the love. That's what we preach here. Sharing the love, young preachers. Moving on today, we're talking about Big Wiz, the biggest bird. The Mall of Let's Go was set to drop, first on the 29th of October because he announced that at the Aqua Arena. But he didn't drop that. He just dropped Money and Love. And then he said the album was going to be dropping on the 4th of November. But unfortunately, he was unable to drop that due to the tragedy that happened to David losing his 3-year-old son. He posted this on his Instagram story, saying just the heartbreak emojis. It was such a tough time for the Nigerians as a whole. Moving on, he has come out with an official track list for the Mall of Let's Go album. Money and Love, Balance, Bad to Me, Sugar featuring Irish Star, Everyday, Sleep and Side featuring Skillbag and Shenseea, Deep, Flower Pads, Wow featuring Skepta and Naira Marley, Pressure, Plenty Loving, Special featuring Don Toliver, Frames, Who's Gonna Know. Well, those are the tracks coming with the Mall of Let's Go. We can't wait for this one. It's set to drop on the 11th of November 2022. That's this Friday, guys. New music, new album this Friday from Big Wiz. Well, moving on, the previous album, Made in Lagos, becomes the first album by an African act to spend 2 full years on the World Albums chart. 2 years since 2020. This album has been there. It hasn't come down. It's just been on the global, charts for a whole 2 years, and it becomes the first African album to, African artist, first African artist album to attain this feat. Moving on, we're talking about Mama of Africa, Yemi Alade. Yemi Alade has been doing her thing since the Journey days, and she's just on the lane of her own. Her success, has just been coming. She's been doing her thing. Nobody's disturbing her. She isn't disturbing anybody. Well, she recently, shut down the Olympia in Paris. I don't know how to pronounce that, but hopefully I got it right. She recently shut that down. And she does these things, low-key, that kind of cash out I like, when you just do some low-key moves. Well, she sold out is about 3,000 capacity. Here, she was controlling the crowd. She had them swaying their lights. They really, Yemi Alade is loved, Mama of Africa. She's doing that thing. Amazing outfits. This is Ankara sewn with beads. And, she had the peacock thing, repping Africa 100%. If you know Yemi Alade, like every chance she gets, she tries to portray, our African culture and heritage. Well, this is the capacity is about 3,000. This Yemi Alade show, it was an amazing one. Moving on and talking about amazing performances, we have Remy Boy. Or, Rema recently sold out 7th and 8th. That was yesterday and today for O2 Academy Brixton. About 5,000 capacity. He sold out back to back. An amazing one. And Rema gave an electrifying performance. One of the best London has ever seen. We had the performance, streamed live on Amazon Music. It was an amazing one. It had different times for streaming. The performance was amazing. Rema celebrated 1 billion global streams mark with his fans at the O2 Brixton. So yeah, he got the 1 billion streams plaque on stage. While this is the second time that is happening, he got this on stage while he was performing. A very happy one, and his fans got to experience that with him. This is the person that came to present him with the plaque for Calm Down and gave her a very big and appreciative hug. Moving on, this fan says, I will tell my kids how a 22-year-old Rema boss 2022. Calm Down is really one of the greatest Afrobeat songs ever. Well, I do agree with her there. Calm Down is a massive song. Well, Rema performed Pantera live. That is one of the tracks from the Wakanda Forever, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. That's Black Panther Part 2. They had the album drop a couple of days ago, and Rema was on that, same as Fireboy, Thames, Burna Boy, and CK. Rema performed Pantera for the first time live on stage, and in the track, Rema is like really spitting, fast bars, like with such energy and such vibe. It's obvious that song is going to be used for, an action scene. This was an amazing one. He also had Fireboy on stage. Fireboy spoke about them having amazing friendship, amazing brotherhood, and fans tried to, create this whole rivalry, but to them, they're doing their own thing and they will always support each other. Well, Fireboy came live on stage, performed Peru. It was an amazing one. Some people even say Rema knew the lyrics more than Fireboy that owned this song. It was such a funny and amazing moment to share. Fans were excited to experience that. Rema also brought in Santa Dave, and he performed Location and a couple of other tracks. Rema was on stage as well, waving the Nigerian flag, just basically giving Nigeria a big shout out, big shout out. Afrobeats is doing amazing for Nigeria right now. Santa Dave gave a very good performance as well, and fans were excited to see him on stage. Moving on, surprisingly, Rema also brought Victoni out on stage. Victoni has been that hook guy for this year. He's had like a lot of collaborations this year, and Rema brought him on stage. They gave a very nice performance. They were both wearing hoodies. Victoni with the white hoodie, Rema with the black hoodie. It was a very nice one. Well, this is a picture from the performance. Rema, Rema has that moment when he just stops and stares at the crowd, and he's just like, now me they run this P. Well, this is one of that moment. Moving on, Rema also pranked ravers during the performance. After the whole coming out and stuff, he told them, he's had a nice time. It's about 10 p.m. and the show had come to an end, and he said a very big thank you, that he was happy, and he appreciated them. Then he stepped off stage, and fans were a little bit puzzled, like say, you never really do anything now. And then the track just comes up, and then he runs back on stage, and they say, it was very nice. I think he performed Bounce at that moment. Well, the performance and the whole concert was amazing, because Rema was trending in the UK yesterday night. He was trending in the UK, and he has delivered. Fans were very excited to witness that one from Rema. It was a big thing. Well, that's all I have for you guys today on Gusto News. Stay tuned for more exciting news, and until I see you next time, I remain your boy and host, Salman. Bye for now, guys.